Other questions? Yes. Oh, this gentleman here.
Do you intend, sir, to organize a institution of higher learning, a university?
The gentleman asking whether I intend to organize, formalize a higher institution of learning or a university, which is the concept, indeed, a more universal system of education, that the more beyond a collegiate curriculum, collegiate inferring something, the more parochial in its extent. And in fact, sir, yes, I'm very much engaged at the forefront of what I hope may someday be a University of Virginia. I hope that every new state and commonwealth of our nation may have its own university. Do you know the first one to be so engaged? Any idea?
Pennsylvania.
I'm sorry?
Pennsylvania.
North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
North Carolina was the very first, followed by the University of Pennsylvania. It had been the College of Philadelphia for a time, became the University of Pennsylvania. Beginning in 1773, the last royal governor of Virginia, John Murray, the Earl of Dunmore, commissioned me to suggest an improvement of the collegiate curriculum of the Royal College of William and Mary. I suggested, beyond the 4 schools that had long been established, the School of Divinity for the Royal College was a seminary for the Church of England there in the colony of Virginia. Beyond the School of Grammar for young boys between the ages of 7 and 13 to teach the rudiments of a classical education. Beyond the School of Mathematics and Natural Philosophy, in which I was enrolled, and beyond the Brafferton School for the Christianizing of the Aborigines. I suggested there should be a school of law and policy, a school of medicine, a school of modern languages, and a school of literature. Now, unfortunately, it received the negative of the Royal Governor at the time. I placed it before the Board of Visitors at the Royal College. In time, they provided their negative, and my fellow delegates in the Virginia House of Burgesses provided their negative. It was thought to cost far too much money. Can you imagine? And is that not the crux of the divisiveness within our nation today? As I continue to suggest a universal system of education, my fellow citizen refuses to take from his pocket to pay for the education of our neighbor. Is that to suggest that our neighbor is any less of a citizen and should be denied their inherent right to improve their condition or to provide their safety? For education is certainly an arm of safety and defense. Then we should allow any other person who simply has the means. So you may better understand, during the parochial era of our colonial Virginia, a universal system of education was not looked upon to provide a general improvement to society. So as I became governor in 1779, as we had extricated ourselves from the tentacles of the British monarchy and the Church of England, well, yes, I established the very first school of law anywhere in our nation, there at William and Mary, 1783, or 1779. And as well, I established a school of medicine and a school of modern languages. I'm afraid that the medical college has not lasted that long at William and Mary as I should choose. So yes, sir, I am very, very much dedicated to a universal system of education which can be attended to by the poor as well as the wealthy, and the female as well as the male.